about this next season coming up. He's going to be, he has no help.
No, I mean, he's the lonely king of the castle, isn't he? As we saw him at the end of season 2, you know, he's really alienated all of his friends and family. He's done some pretty unforgivable things, thank you. So, yeah, and that's where we find him at the beginning of season 3, trying to reconcile with his brother especially, although, you know, after toasting his girlfriend and, you know, cursing the woman he's in love with, I don't know if he's going to be able to reunite them, to put some strength back in that one. It's going to be difficult for him. So that's where we find him, yeah.
When will he admit that he likes Annie?
No, I think it's complicated, you know, the same as his other potential relationships. I know there's a few ships out there passing each other in the night.
What are you thinking about that?
I mean, first of all, I'm always grateful for people investing in the show so much that they're passionate enough to say, you know, these two people must be together, everyone else should die, or whatever. You know, it is. It's kind of amazing to see. I think Klaus is self-destructive. He consistently forms relationships and then breaks them. He stamps on them. He damages them. And I think unless something big changes, he'll continue to do so, you know, and should he find love, he'll almost certainly mess it all up for himself. So he needs to learn some serious lessons if he's to get it right, I think.
Well, now, Klaus, I mean you as an actor, my question is, you have such a layered character. What has been the challenges for you in slowly like peeling away a lot of the layers, and then we do see humanity within Klaus, and it's just a great quality for you. You're just really great at playing that. How hard has that been for you? Challenging, trying to, you know, kind of.
You know, I didn't really think about it in the beginning. I just, because, you know, I came into Vampire Diaries as a villain, right?
Right.
And so from the beginning for me, as part of my process, I have a need to find the motives for the villain. I can't just be doing something because I'm evil. You know, there has to be a reason which Klaus is engaged with for why he does these things. And so then when that reason is challenged, then we see the cracks and we see the emotional connection he has to his motives and therefore his vulnerability. And so I think I was lucky enough for that to be exposed, and for the audience then who started off perhaps hating him to become connected to him and engaged with him, and you know, because of that I believe the spin-off was allowed to live, you know, because we started to see not only Klaus but Elijah and Rebecca and their emotional connections and things that they were connected to, and the vulnerabilities, because if he was just strong all the time, if Klaus was just merciless and violent and evil all the time, I don't believe we would connect to it. There has to be those little moments of vulnerability, the little moments with his child, telling her a bedtime story, you know. If we just see little glimpses of that, then he can tear as many heads off as you like. People are still
Exactly.
you know, and I've been lucky enough to be given those moments.
I love that
Do you think Klaus has it in him to kill Marcel one day?
Maybe, perhaps, but I think he'll regret it if he does. You know, maybe in a moment of rage. But Marcel is family, no doubt about that. He is a son to Klaus. But, you know, Klaus tried to put a white oak stake in Rebecca. She's his sister. You know, because he's so unpredictable, I believe nothing is impossible. In a moment of anger, perhaps, yes. But certainly he would feel terrible afterwards.
Do you think he thinks of himself that he is a good father?
That's a great question. You know, I I think he'd like to believe that, but I think deep down he knows that he could do better by hope. He tries to do what's right, but that's not always what's best for her and what's going to influence her to grow up and be a strong, independent, emotionally well-balanced woman. And I think that eats away at him. You know, every time he makes a mistake and he knows it's affected his daughter, it eats away at him. But he's trying. You've got to give him that. He's trying.
Do you think Klaus will ever stop running away from his feelings for Klayley? And, I mean, for Klami, sorry.
I mean, we can just insert names at the end of that question.
And just kind of let him be vulnerable and put it all out there.
I think he finds that extremely hard. You know, perhaps after some significant therapy, but I don't know. I think he finds that pretty difficult. You know, which is why he hasn't been able to form healthy relationships in general, because he's very guarded and he's very reluctant to be vulnerable. I think perhaps, especially recently, only with his daughter, has he allowed little moments when no one's looking.
Right, of course, you don't want to give it away. Well, can I ask you, I know you probably get asked it all the time. Oh, is that last one? Okay. You probably get asked all the time, and if I don't ask you, I'm going to get probably, murdered. Klaroline from Vampire Diaries. Are we going to see any crossovers, or is there any plans? Do you think Klaus will ever kind of get back in her orbit at some point?
You know,
I know you don't know.
I have no control over that situation.
I know.
But I appreciate you have to ask. And once again, I would say I'm very grateful for the investment of the fans in that. You know, we're all aware that that's been a huge shift, and continues to be sailing strong. And you know, I know Karoline's going to play a huge role in the next series of Vampire Diaries, and as is Klaus in the originals. So I just don't know. I think if nothing else ever happens, then it remains a significant moment in time which people can always look back to and go, wow, that was something special about the series. But the truth is, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen. Regardless, I don't think Klaus should settle down with anyone. I think that would be the end of the originals. There's no drama then. You know? He's sitting down for a TV dinner with 2.4 children. But you know, whatever storyline they choose to pursue, I hope it remains dramatic and Klaus remains in the eye of the hurricane. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice meeting you. Thank you.